My name is Ethan Blake. For years, I thought money was the enemy, until I realized the real enemy was my mindset. I made mistakes, fell into debt, and slowly learned how money actually works.
And I'm Michael Reed. I work hard, I have goals, yet money never stays. It slips through my hands like I'm chasing something I was never taught to hold.
Maybe you feel that too. So listen closely. Today, money won't change. You will. If this speaks to you, like the video, share it, and subscribe for more conversations like this. Can I be completely honest with you? No matter how hard I push, it feels like money always comes out on top.
Money doesn't win. It only appears to win when no one ever taught you the rules of the game.
No one ever broke money down for me. Not my parents, not school, not even life.
That's because the world teaches you how to earn money, but never how money actually behaves.
What's the simple truth?
Your life changes the moment you realize that money follows clarity, not effort.
Clarity? You mean knowing exactly what I want?
Not just what you want, but why you want it.
So if my reason isn't strong, money won't follow me?
Exactly. Weak reasons create weak discipline, and weak discipline creates weak finances.
Maybe that's why I keep giving up. My reasons were never strong enough.
And that's okay. Most people choose goals emotionally, but quit them logically.
Emotional goals, logical excuses. Yeah, that sounds like me.
It sounds like all of us. That's why mastering money starts with mastering yourself.
Mastering myself? That sounds harder than mastering money.
It is harder, but once you do it, money becomes the easiest thing you've ever handled.
So where do people usually mess up first?
They chase money instead of understanding it.
Chasing money. Yeah, that's me. I'm always trying to catch it.
And that's why it keeps running. Money doesn't like being chased. It likes being attracted.
Attracted? How do you attract money?
By becoming someone money feels safe with.
Safe? You mean responsible?
Responsible, disciplined, predictable. Money loves those three things more than anything.
I've never been predictable with money. No wonder it never stays.
Money stays where it feels protected. Right now, it doesn't trust your habits.
That actually hurts to hear, but it makes sense.
The truth hurts, but it also sets you free.
Free me? How can something that hurts set me free?
Because once you see the truth, you can't pretend anymore. You either grow or stay the same.
I don't want to stay the same. I want my life to move forward.
Then money must stop being your escape and start becoming your responsibility.
I used money as an escape. Yeah. Whenever life felt heavy, I'd spend to feel better.
And that temporary relief cost you long-term peace.
Temporary relief. Long-term damage. That's exactly what it felt like.
That's because emotional spending isn't spending. It's self-soothing.
So I was using money to comfort myself, not build my future.
And once you realize that, you stop feeding your pain and start feeding your future.
That's powerful. Pain versus future. I never thought of it like that.
Most people don't. That's why money becomes a cycle instead of a tool.
A cycle. Yeah, that's exactly what it felt like. Just round and round.
So awareness is the first step, right?
Awareness is the door. Discipline is the key.
And discipline means what exactly? Saving? Tracking? Budgeting?
Discipline means doing what your future self would thank you for, not what your present self feels like doing.
My present self wants comfort. My future self wants freedom.
And only one of them can win.
So every choice is a vote, for comfort or freedom.
Exactly. And most people vote for comfort, then complain about not getting freedom.
That's so true. I wanted the reward without the sacrifice.
And life doesn't work that way. You pay first, then you receive.
So money is more about who I become, not just what I earn.
Exactly. Wealth is a character transformation, not just a financial event.
So if wealth is about who I become, where do I start changing myself?
You start with the habit that ruins most people, reacting instead of planning.
Reacting, yeah. I usually decide based on how I feel in the moment.
And that's the fastest way to lose control of your money and your life.
So planning protects me from my own impulses.
Exactly. When you plan, you make decisions with your mind. When you react, you make decisions with your emotions.
I think I've lived most of my life reacting, not planning.
And that's okay. Awareness means you can rewrite the script starting today.
Rewrite the script. I like that. It makes me feel like I still have a chance.
You have more than a chance. You have a choice. And choices build wealth.
So choices matter more than income?
Absolutely. A poor mindset with high income still stays broke, but a wealthy mindset with any income grows.
That's actually scary, because I always thought money problems were because I didn't earn enough.
Money problems rarely come from income. They come from mindsets that don't respect money.
So if I learn to respect money, money will start respecting me?
Money respects structure, discipline, purpose, and clarity, not emotions.
So emotions and money, they don't mix well, do they?
Emotions are for relationships. Money is for strategy. When you combine the two, you get chaos.
That explains why I always felt overwhelmed. I made money decisions when I was stressed.
And stress lowers intelligence. No one makes smart money choices when their brain is in survival mode.
I didn't know stress could affect how I handle money.
Stress affects everything. Your decisions, your discipline, your focus, even your sense of self-worth.
My self-worth. Yeah, that took a hit when I struggled financially.
And that's the trap. You think money defines you, but money only reflects you.
So if I feel unworthy, my money will reflect that.
Yes, people who don't feel worthy sabotage the money they earn without even realizing it.
That's scary. I had no idea I could be my own biggest obstacle.
We all are. But once you see the pattern, you stop being the obstacle and start becoming the architect.
So how do I stop being the obstacle?
You change the rules you live by, one small decision at a time.
One small decision? Like what?
Like choosing one habit to fix instead of trying to fix your entire life at once.
One habit. That feels more doable. But which habit should I fix first?
The habit that costs you the most, financially or emotionally.
So, the habit that hurts me the most is the one I should fix first.
Yes, because that habit is bleeding you quietly. Stop the bleeding, and the healing begins.
My bleeding habit is emotional spending, buying things just to feel better.
And every emotional purchase steals happiness from your future to numb pain in the present.
Wow, it really does steal from my future. I never saw it that way.
And once you see it, you can't unsee it. That's the power of awareness.
So after awareness, and after stopping the bleeding, what comes next?
Next comes replacement, building a better habit in place of the broken one.
So I can't just remove a bad habit, I have to replace it with something better.
Yes, empty spaces attract old patterns. Fill the space with a healthier pattern, and your future transforms.
That actually makes sense. Bad habits don't disappear. They come back if I don't replace them.
Exactly. Nature hates a vacuum. Your mind is the same. It fills whatever space you leave empty.
So replacing habits, that's how real change begins?
Real change begins when your actions stop serving the old you and start supporting the future you.
I've been serving the old me for years, the one who avoided responsibility.
And that version of you is comfortable. But comfort kills growth.
Comfort really does kill growth. I stayed in the same place because it felt safe.
Safe for now, dangerous for later.
Dangerous for later. Yeah, I can feel that now. My life hasn't moved because I stayed too safe.
Staying safe is the biggest risk, and comfort is the most expensive habit.
Comfort is expensive. That's such a powerful way to say it.
Comfort costs you opportunities. Growth costs you excuses. You choose which bill you want to pay.
I think I've paid the comfort bill long enough, and I'm tired of the cost.
Good, because exhaustion is the beginning of transformation.
So feeling tired of my old life, that means I'm ready for a new one.
See,
if my old life has expired, then where do I begin building the new one?
you begin by choosing the identity that matches the future you desire.
My identity? You mean how I see myself?
How you see yourself, how you talk to yourself, and how you behave when no one is watching.
That's the hardest part. I've never seen myself as someone who could be wealthy.
And that's exactly why you aren't. You can't build a life you don't believe you deserve.
So wealth starts with belief, before money.
Wealth begins in the mind long before it appears in the bank.
So if I believe differently, I behave differently, and money responds differently.
Exactly. Your beliefs shape your behavior, and your behavior shapes your bank account.
It's crazy. I always waited to become rich so I could finally feel worthy.
You feel worthy first, then you behave worthy. Then the money comes, not the other way around.
So worthiness isn't a reward, it's a starting point.
Yes. Wealth grows from worthiness, discipline, and clarity, not luck.
I always blamed luck, like rich people just got lucky.
Luck only finds people who prepared a place for it to land.
So people who look lucky were actually preparing for years without anyone noticing.
Yes. Luck is just preparation meeting opportunity, quietly, consistently, patiently.
So luck isn't magic, it's timing.
And timing favors the people who kept showing up even when no one was watching.
That's something I never did. I showed up only when I felt motivated.
And motivation is a terrible master. Consistency is your real ally.
I guess motivation can disappear, but consistency builds even when motivation is gone.
Exactly. Motivation starts the engine. Consistency keeps the wheels moving.
That makes so much sense. My life stopped moving because I stopped moving.
And now it will start moving the moment you stay consistent, even on the days you don't feel like it.
Consistency, discipline, belief. It feels like wealth is more mental than financial.
Wealth is 80% mindset, 20% mechanics. People lose because they focus only on the 20%.
So mastering the 80%, that's where real wealth comes from?
Yes. When you master your mind, money becomes a tool, not a threat.
I've always seen money as a threat, something ready to ruin me.
Because no one ever told you that money is neutral. It becomes whatever you are.
So if I'm chaotic, money becomes chaotic.
If you're calm and intentional, money becomes calm and intentional too.
So the way money behaves is just a reflection of the way I behave.
Yes, money shows your patterns louder than your words ever will.
That makes me wonder, what patterns have I been repeating without noticing?
The ones that feel comfortable but cost you progress. Those are always the silent killers.
Comfortable but costly. Yeah, that describes a lot of my decisions.
And until you make different decisions, life will keep repeating the same results.
So changing my decisions is how I change my future.
Exactly. Every small decision is a vote for the person you're becoming.
It's wild. I never realized my future was being built by small choices, not big moments.
Big moments are rare. Small choices happen every day. That's where the real power lives.
So I don't need to change my whole life, just my next decision.
Right. Change the next decision, and the next one, and the next. That's how people rebuild their entire identity.
That feels powerful, and a lot less overwhelming.
That's the beauty of progress. It starts small, but compounds fast.
So small changes become big results over time?
Absolutely. The same way small mistakes become big regrets over time.
Small mistakes becoming big regrets. Yeah, I've felt that in my life.
And that feeling is a teacher. Regret isn't there to punish you. It's there to guide you.
I always thought regret meant I failed.
Numb regret means you're awake enough to notice something needs to change.
That actually makes sense. Regret is like a warning sign.
Exactly. It's your past telling your future. Don't repeat me.
But I repeated the same mistakes for years, even when I felt the regret.
That's because regret without reflection becomes a cycle, not a lesson.
So regret only works when I actually stop and reflect on why it happened.
Yes. Reflection turns regret into wisdom. Without reflection, regret is just pain.
So regret isn't the enemy, it's a message.
Exactly. A message from who you were to who you could become.
I've ignored that message for years and repeated the same mistakes.
Repetition isn't failure, It's your mind trying to solve an old problem with old tools.
So I need new tools, new thinking?
Yes, new habits, new beliefs, a new identity.
Identity? That sounds deeper than money.
It is. Money grows around identity like branches grow around a tree.
So if the roots are weak, the tree can't grow?
Exactly. Money is the branch, identity is the root.
I guess I tried to grow the branches without strengthening the roots.
And that's why everything kept collapsing under pressure.
Pressure. Yeah. I always felt like money was crushing me.
Pressure only hurts when you're not prepared to hold what you're asking for.
So wanting more money without becoming someone who can manage it creates pain.
Yes. Desire without discipline becomes disappointment.
I felt that in my chest when you said it.
Truth hits the heart before the mind accepts it.
Then help me build discipline. Where do I start?
Start with consistency. Not passion, not excitement. Consistency.
Consistency feels small, but powerful.
Small is powerful. A drop of water breaks rock through repetition.
So even tiny progress counts.
Every tiny move forward is compounding in silence.
Compounding, like interest.
Exactly. Your habits compound just like your money should.
So if I build 1% better habits daily, over years I transform.
1% doesn't feel like much until you look back and don't recognize yourself.
I want that. I want to look back and see growth instead of regret.
Then trade comfort for progress, even if it's uncomfortable.
Comfort always called me back, like a warm trap.
And comfort traps more dreams than failure ever will.
I never realized comfort was costing me my future.
The future demands sacrifice. The past demands memory. You choose who you feed.
If I feed my future, I grow. If I feed my past, I repeat.
And repetition is the slowest death of potential.
Death of potential. I felt that deeply.
Good. Feeling is the beginning of awareness. Awareness is the beginning of change.
And change is the beginning of transformation.
Yes, and transformation is wealth.
So wealth is personal growth measured in time.
And money is just the receipt.
I chased the receipt without doing the work.
We all do, until the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the fear of change.
I'm at that point now. Staying the same scares me more than changing.
Then you are ready. Growth only happens when comfort collapses.
So collapse is good?
Collapse is rebirth in disguise.
I never thought of it like that.
Most people don't, which is why they stop at pain instead of pushing into transformation.
But what if I fail again?
Failure is not falling. Failure is refusing to rise.
So if I stand every time I fall, I can't fail.
Exactly. You only lose when you quit.
And quitting is just choosing comfort again.
And comfort is the most expensive currency you own.
I want to spend it wisely this time.
Then trade it for discipline, not distraction.
I will. No more running, no more hiding.
Good, because the moment you stop running from money, money stops running from you.
So the real journey begins when I stop running and start building.
Yes, not fast, not perfect, just forward.
And if I grow first, money follows later.
It always does. Money walks behind identity, never in front.
That means wealth isn't out there. It starts in here.
Inside you, in your choices, your patterns, your discipline.
I'm changing those starting today.
Good, because the moment you upgrade yourself, your life upgrades with you.
And maybe one day, money won't feel like a storm. It'll feel like something I can guide.
It will. When you become the kind of person money trusts, wealth becomes a partner, not a threat.
So the game is not about chasing money. It's about becoming someone worth following.
And today, you finally stopped chasing and started becoming.
Thank you. For the first time, I feel like wealth isn't far away. It's waiting for me to reach it.
It always was. You just needed to see it.
I'm ready now.
Then go build the life that once felt impossible.